What's up, YouTube? What's up, Fish Fam? Today, I have an issue going on in 235 involving the giant gourami and the Oscar. Now, I remember I have taken the Oscar out before and put it in the 75 gallon with the other fish, which was doing quite well. But by me getting the rope fish and some other smaller fish, I was more concerned about it getting those guys getting eaten because, any fish that's small compared to a bigger fish most likely could be a potential meal. Roefish is really small, but since it's like a worm, it might encourage the Oscar to, attack it just naturally. So I put it back in the 235. Now, the giant gourami has never liked it, the Oscar, for whatever reason. So me taking it out for that spell, I thought things would kind of settle down for a brief moment, which is it did. But as soon as I added it back, maybe a week later, it's back to square one. So with that being said, I'll have to talk it over with my wife and all. We might have to rehome this one, the Oscar. She named him or her Buddha. But I really don't have another tank at the moment to put it in. I mean, outside of that 40-gallon breeder, and I know it wouldn't be a forever home for it, not in that thing. So I have to make choices on to rehome it, which is most likely the most logical, so it doesn't get beat up and bullied to death. Or actually buy a whole tank, maybe another 75, possibly another 55, something big enough to where one Oscar can live its life throughout it. So, those are my two options. I have to see which one I can come up with first, talk it over with the wife, because I'm not a real big fan of watching fish get beat up, that's for one. Because this fella here is taking a beating. I mean, it seems like just don't know how to stop when the lights are on. The giant gourami just swims around and leaves it alone while I'm standing here, which is of course. But as soon as I go sit down in the living room or another room, bedroom, whatever, you can hear the splashing, the constant beating. So I prefer to not keep taking my chances. Because this one has killed quite a few others that we have had in here in the past. When we had the Starry Night cichlid, I thought maybe it was stress or something. I know those can go through that moment and kind of fizzle out and die, but no. After I actually looked at the body, when I fished it out, you can see where it's been hit, constantly been smacked against the glass, and it wasn't as girthy as this one. So a few blows, and you're taking a few blows every hour, maybe up to a week. But I wasn't noticing it at the time, because when we had like 2 clown knives in here, we had a Giardini arowana, we had a silver arowana, we had those, these guys in here, the rhino pleco. We had quite a few fish in here. I know it was overstocked, so before anybody says anything, but we had plans as they grew to upgrade the tank. So it wouldn't be that way, but they were, but that one, because at first we had the Giardini, it was the bully to the silver arowana, but it would mess with nothing else but the silver arowana. So we were like, okay. So we rehome the Giardini. Some people are like, well, why not rehome the silver? Well, we were feared we took out the silver one, the Giardini would become, attacking something else. So we were like, just take out the most aggressive out of the two. Silver arowana never caused a problem. Only issue is I didn't have back here sealed off good, and it jumped out. I didn't know it jumped out. I was in the other room, and we had carpet in here at the time, so you didn't hear not a flop or anything. Came in here to feed the next. I only feed these guys the whole tank once a day. Came to feed them the next night because in the morning the lights are off when I'm going to work and stuff, so I didn't notice anything. But next night, noticed it was nowhere in there. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the silver? Wind up down there, stiff and straight, gone. So that's how we lost that one. But then this one decided it wanted to do things on its own. So now it decided to be the aggressor. So with the Starry Night cichlid in here, we have the Oscar in here. Still have the, the clowns and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the Giardini also, I take that back. Well, I don't think it attacked the clown knife because we had two. Not just, I know this glare isn't helping. But here we go. Yeah, we had two. But I think it might have just spooked it, so it wound up hitting its head against the glass and stuff we had in here, and it kind of messed up the spine, so it wasn't swimming good, and it eventually just died. Well, I put it down. It didn't just die. I mean, it couldn't eat or anything. I mean, it was a sad, sad look, so it was best to do it that way. But I don't think the Giardini actually attacked it. Just during the moments of feeding, it just probably spooked it or got too close to it with aggression, trying to eat. And, it's kind of things happen. But this guy here, Jelly Bean, as my wife named it, it beat up on the Starry Night cichlid. Bad. Killed it. Then it turned its attention to the Oscar. Took out the Oscar. Like I said before, another tank for a while, pull it back. While it was out of this tank, it went after the clown knife. Notice the tail, which is healing back now, was like it was chewed a little. First I thought the plecos were doing it. I was like, no, the rhino and the common pleco, I mean, they potentially can, but it was just like, didn't see that being, there are some aggressive ones, but that wasn't the case. One day I caught it doing it, and that's when I knew, so my wife is definitely not going to rehome the giant the giant gourami, excuse me. But the Oscar might have to be rehomed or have to buckle down, buy a single tank. I'm not a big fan of buying one tank just to house one fish. I like having multiple. So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, that's the issue I've been having so far. It's kind of stressful. Not gonna lie, I did the water change on today, and you could tell, well, you can't see it. There's already splats of water on this part of the glass where he didn't went after it again, just nonstop. And it runs from the camera at me like it wants to be innocent, but as soon as I walk off, turn the lights off, it's going back to town on this one. So, yeah, I just want to keep y'all up informed. So if you happen to not see the Oscar in any more future videos, is either, well, if you don't see any more future videos, it's been rehomed. And I'm going to get all this sorted out before worse happens. So that's the thing. If you don't see it anymore, that's what happened. But I'm going to really try to hold on, just buckle down, buy a tank, put in its own tank, and we're going to just call it that. But right now, it's just those two options. So just to let y'all know, those who watched the video and checking it out, that's where I'm at. So if you don't see it anymore, well, better pastures for it, But this one here, that's why my wife doesn't want to add anything else to this tank, because of the thought of buying something new, something cool, and this one wants to beat up on it. Too much aggression. So, so far I hadn't went for the catfish, which is, I'm surprised. Maybe just certain ones that it wants to attack, Hadn't went after the plecos. So yeah, maybe just certain things, but for now, that's all I have. I want to give y'all a quick rundown on what I've been dealing with here in the past couple of weeks. I know my videos have also been not coming very fast or not multiple. Not only am I dealing with the camera issue on this phone with it not wanting to focus and zoom in, and I am looking for something that's affordable that I can work with, you know, on the camera aspect. But I just haven't been getting so far not much new things in right now. Besides starting to get, you know, those cold months, so ordering fish, and unless I go get them, you know, it's gonna slow down drastically. Stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, but y'all bear with me though. I mean, because there are things to come. There are things I plan on doing. I just need to get on the ball and get it taken care of, and did, but I will. I will. So that's all I have for today's video. But hey, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will catch you back at the next one. Peace.